Step into the sun-drenched streets of Miami. We see vibrant colors, hear the pulse of Latin music, and feel the warm ocean breeze. It's a paradise, a playground for the rich and famous. But beneath the glitz and glamour, a darker story is etched into the very foundations of this city, a story of ambition, excess, and a tidal wave of cash that reshaped Miami forever. This is the hidden history of the Cocaine Cowboys. In the late 1970s, Miami was a sleepy retirement town. The skyline was modest, the economy was quiet, but something was about to change. Far to the south, in Colombia, powerful cartels were looking for a gateway into the insatiable American market, and they found it in South Florida. The first wave was just a trickle. Small planes, fast boats, and secret compartments. But soon, that trickle became a flood. Ton after ton of cocaine poured into Miami, and with it came an unprecedented amount of money. Suddenly, the city was awash in cash. We're not talking about bank transfers or wire deposits. We're talking about duffel bags, suitcases, and even pallets stacked high with $100 bills. The sheer volume was overwhelming. Banks couldn't count it fast enough. In fact, the Miami branch of the Federal Reserve ended up with a $5 billion cash surplus, more than every other branch in the country combined. This wasn't just drug money anymore, it was becoming the lifeblood of the local economy. This new money had to go somewhere, and it went into building the Miami we know today. Look at the iconic skyline, the gleaming high-rises that line Brickell Avenue and Biscayne Bay. Many of those towers were financed with cash from the drug trade. Developers and builders eager to cash in often looked the other way. They'd accept briefcases full of money, no questions asked. The construction boom was so explosive that Miami was nicknamed the Zurich of the South, a haven for laundering illicit funds. Luxury car dealerships couldn't keep Ferraris and Lamborghinis in stock. High-end jewelers sold out of Rolexes. The money created a fantasy world, a non-stop party where anything was possible. But this party had a dark side. Where there's that much money, violence is never far behind. The era of the Cocaine Cowboys began. These weren't your typical gangsters. They were ruthless, flamboyant, and operated with a terrifying level of impunity. Rivalries between traffickers erupted into open warfare on the streets. Shootouts in broad daylight became disturbingly common. One of the most infamous incidents happened in 1979 at the Dadeland Mall. Two cartel enforcers walked into a liquor store and opened fire with machine guns, leaving two men dead in a brazen public execution. The incident sent shockwaves through the city and the nation, earning Miami the grim title of murder capital of the United States. The violence was indiscriminate. Innocent bystanders were often caught in the crossfire. The men pulling the triggers were figures like Griselda Blanco, the godmother of cocaine. She was a pioneer of the Miami drug trade, known for her incredible brutality and creative methods of smuggling. She's credited with inventing the motorcycle assassin technique, where a rider would pull up alongside a target and open fire before speeding away. It was a time of fear where the line between law enforcement and criminals seemed to blur. Corruption was rampant as police officers and public officials were tempted by bribes that far exceeded their salaries. The federal government had to respond. They launched major operations like Task Force Centac 26, a multi-agency effort to dismantle the cartel's operations in South Florida. It was a cat-and-mouse game on a massive scale. The D and Coast Guard chased go-fast boats through the Keys, while investigators tried to follow the complex money trail. They seized mountains of cash and tons of drugs, but for every shipment they intercepted, it seemed 10 more got through. The sheer scale of the operation was staggering. The cartels were sophisticated, using advanced communication systems and their own intelligence networks. Slowly but surely, the tide began to turn in the late 1980s and early 90s. Key figures were arrested, major smuggling routes were disrupted, and banking regulations were tightened, making it harder to launder money. The era of the cocaine cowboys was coming to an end. The wild, anything-goes atmosphere began to fade, replaced by a city trying to clean up its image and reckon with its past. The violence subsided, and the flow of easy money dried up, but the legacy of that era is undeniable. It's in the architecture, the city's international banking sector, and its reputation as a global hub. The drug money accelerated Miami's growth, transforming it from a provincial town into a major world city in the span of a single decade. It's a complicated legacy, one built on crime and violence, but also one that inadvertently laid the groundwork for the modern, cosmopolitan metropolis we see today. The city's history is a powerful reminder that behind the beautiful facade, there's often a more complex and sometimes darker story waiting to be told. The sun-bleached concrete of Miami holds secrets, and the echoes of the cocaine cowboys can still be felt, a whisper on the warm, salty air. So next time you see Miami in a movie or on a postcard, remember the hidden history that shaped it. It's a tale of ambition, greed, and the incredible impact that a flood of illicit cash can have on a city's destiny. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into Miami's past. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. See you next time.